Question. Why do all the cable networks have to show the same show at the same time? We get it. You like Family Guy, FX, Comedy Central, and Adult Swim? Do you have anything else? No wonder cable's dying. Funk that.
Doors closing.
Hi, this is Ryan Hoppe's mom, and you're listening to Hoppe Hour.
Welcome back to Hoppe Hour with Ryan Hoppe.
Yes, now. What? Now. If I hit this button, boom, the whole program's gonna start. Okay, well, hit it. All right.
Hoppe Hour starts in 4, 3, 2. Hoppe. This is Hoppe Hour with Hoppe.
Where we at? Always going in, never doubt it. Never worry about the dollar. Need a source or trending topic. Be the hottest, search about us. Competition microscopic, never copied. I'm a giant rolling weed up, now we flying. H-O, B-P-E. H-O, B-P-E. H-O, B-P-E. You already know Hoppe Hour in your system.
Oh, yeah. Do you know what today is?
Seem very excited.
You seem excited.
Oh, what's to get excited about?
What's to get excited about? Well, let's see. It's Thursday, right?
It's just Thursday.
Just a regular Thursday.
Well, I, for one, am very excited about
This show.
Yep, nothing to get excited about.
That's negative thinking.
I don't have time for that.
I'm just gonna start talking, and there we go.
It's showtime.
Is anybody else first of all, cannot believe that it's June? And second of all, is anybody else just a little burnt out? Last night, I was chilling in my bed after I jerked off, and I'm just hanging out, and I'm like, man, what a long life this has been. I had that right before my panic attack.
This is not headline news. White Lotus stars Walton Goggins and Amy Lou Wood say they're not feuding.
Yeah.
They just had a brief disagreement over which one had the goofier mouth. Marijuana use is up among elderly Americans.
Yeah.
That explains the recent influx of so many cars in the Taco Bell drive-thru with their turn signals off. Ron Howard says there will never be a Happy Days reboot, which is why Scott Baio is asking Hobby Lobby for more hours. And LinkedIn has laid off 200 employees. The company put a positive spin on it by announcing they just added 200 new LinkedIn customers. This is not headline news.
Not bad.
A 2-year-old last week accessed the conveyor belt luggage system at Newark Liberty Airport and rode all the way to the checked baggage room on a lower level. Luckily, the toddler was quickly discovered and hired as an air traffic controller.
The TSA is warning travelers to avoid using charging stations at the airport because hackers can install malware into the outlets. Good advice for everyone. Avoid the one airport outlet. Okay, here?
According to the latest numbers, rat sightings are down across New York City this year by more than 18%. Sounds great, but you do have to wonder, what's killing the rats?
Ground beef sold at Whole Foods stores nationwide has been recalled due to a potential E. coli contamination. Yeah, but since it's Whole Foods, it's organic E. coli.
Usually, Fallon's been pretty funny lately, but that was not as good. There is a doctor, Dr. Fran Haydenek, who makes $300,000 as a doctor, says she earns more as a TikTok influencer. Here is a skit about him.
Say goodbye to copays and hello to clicks. Introducing the TikTok Doc.
From 3 signs your liver hates you to why your stool sample says more about you than your therapist ever will.
The only doctor who will diagnose your rash and teach you a trending dance in under 60 seconds.
TikTok Doc has you covered.
No need for a prescription. Just double tap and follow for more unsolicited advice and a lab coat.
This is what your tongue says about your cortisol levels. Also, here's a smoothie recipe.
Modern medicine meets Wi-Fi connection.
Not a substitute for actual medical care. Side effects may include Googling your symptoms, questioning your entire diet, and trying to cure irritable bowel syndrome with matcha.
Because who needs a stethoscope when you've got a ring light?
It's June, and if you've been looking for a new car, new truck, or new appliances, or new furniture, or a new mattress, you waited too long. The Memorial Day sales are over. The after Memorial Day sales are done. You waited too long. Time expired. You are SOL. What were you thinking missing all those?
That was terrible. I'm sorry. Again, I listened to audio for the first time with my audience. It can be a blessing and a curse. There was a man going around in Long Island, a 21-year-old dummy, even though I was done with 21. Just check my Cleveland radio pass. And he was going around restaurants and dumping buckets of food on his head, that being like black beans and a huge bucket of eggs, and he was arrested. Here is some audio of it.
I'm Tommy Tough Knuckles. I just hit 25K.
Oh,
Beat challenge. Yeah, we'll do more. Get me your 50K. We'll do more.
He sounds mentally ill. Why do I know? Because I'm mentally ill. What would it be like if you mixed AI with interviewing people from the 1500s? Someone made that. Because they're autistic.
What's life like for you right now?
Woke up, stepped in dung, got taxed, and that was before breakfast.
What do you think of King Henry?
Well, he's very committed to marrying.
How's the health situation looking?
Well, everyone I saw yesterday is dead today, so...
What's life like for a farmer right now?
Hard work, sore back, but the soil's good this year. Might even eat something with meat next week.
So there was a woman who was in a park who was playing the bagpipes, and she got assaulted by a man. Or I said this backwards. A 76-year-old woman in Texas assaulted a man's wife because she was furious he was playing bagpipes in a park. Here is the man who was blowing the bagpipes.
She said I had no right to play here in this public park. And she said, I'm going to call my husband. He's a federal judge.
What a Karen.
And he's going to make you stop. She basically swiped at my wife's face.
Yeah. While she's complaining about that, she's getting cheated on. Also, is peeing before you leave, just in case, bad for you? I'm not going to even read this article. There's urologists that are saying you shouldn't do it, but I'm telling you, you know when you really need to make sure you empty out the faucet just in case is before you do any lovemaking. Like sometimes the girl will be in lingerie and I'll be like, wait a second, let me go pee. We don't need to cross streams.
Happy hour. Happy hour.
RyanHappyRadio.com.
Happy Hour will be right back.
You probably had Taco Bell before.
Whenever we're going outside, we all
in the nuts, and we'll call it a day.
As a reminder, if you don't feel like listening to this next song, you can skip over it. But Ryan Hoppe of Happy Hour takes pride in his selection, so stick around, folks.
Yeah. Sean Mac, Bogus Boys collaboration, you dig? We keep it all shot down, you understand? Cause we getting money. Sean Mac, from here, you dig? Don't feed the killers. Don't forget to check out Bogus Boys. MySpace.com/Bogus Boys Infrared. You dig? Sean Mac from here, shot down. Let's do it.
Raised on the south side of Chicago. Gang bang all my life, nigga, all I know. Moving on the op on the beat. asked me what I wanna be. Said a G for the peace stars. Never cross flag from the load of the wild hunters. Neutron killer nigga, you either ride under the 5 or the 6, and you better know your lick when you walk up in the county and they ask what you is. All well GD, Christ Lord, Daddy King, BD, MC, New Breed, Spanish D. Ain't living by the creed in the state of Illinois. Chief still full rank on the streets from in the joint. I've been appointed a position of authority within this organization. You don't wanna war me, so act accordingly before I put it in effect. You catch a ugly violation if you disrespect.
Laying in the ditch, ain't nobody playing, bitch. I get back and spray the tip, everybody say the shit. From the hundreds to the low, east to west and to the pole, motherfucker lay it low, everybody say it.
We in the middle of the action, in the midst of the gunfights and stabbing. You better have that card with you when you pass it, cause we are making express spot gas, fantastic. Better act in the Illinois boys grinding. I don't think a nigga out here who will really drive it. I'm highly respect. You know the way we feed gangster and faster and faster. I got more members that is will connect, and we believe in the gem and we elect force to be wrecked. You got a death wish, you go against your brain, time to die now. We got rules and regulations in the shot.
Laying in the ditch, ain't nobody playing, bitch. Cock it back and spray the tip, everybody say the shit. From the hundreds to the low, east to west and to the pole, motherfucker lay it low, everybody say it, yo.
Shit, I don't know what you heard, all I know is you can't self-record when you come to Chicago. Make sure you understand that we gangbangers, we don't care about no damn rap. But on that note, let's get this shit straight. I ain't the one to lip box, reaching back and forth on a mixtape. Even though you say that's hip-hop, but nigga, I don't play. A motherfucker this county gon' get popped. Nah, I ain't waving a threat, I'm just letting you know when the dough, I'm as gangsta as it get. Now play with it like you think I'm joking. We'll come shoot your town up, bounce on the first thing, smoke it. Charlie, it's that real. I'm telling you, don't let this fucking rap shit get your ass killed. Goofy, that beef ain't shit to me, especially when I just signed a deal. I need the publicity.
Laying in the ditch, ain't nobody playing, bitch. Cock it back and spray the tip, everybody say the shit. From the hundreds to the low, east to west and to the pole, motherfucker lay it low, everybody say it, yo. Laying in the ditch, ain't nobody playing, bitch. Cock it back and spray the clip, everybody say the shit. From the hundreds to the low, east to west and to the pole, motherfucker lay it low, everybody say it, yo.
Chi-Town, Chicago's anthem. Did you know I'm from Chicago?
Halle Bailey is facing serious allegations from her ex DDG amid.
It's funny, whenever I hear this name, Halle Bailey, I think it's Halle Berry. They probably did it purposely, even though we all know DDG is a deadbeat dad. scumbag.
Halle Bailey is facing serious allegations from her ex, DDG, amid the custody battle over their son, Halo. In an emergency motion filed by DDG on June 4th, the rapper asked the court to deny Halle's recent request to take their 17-month-old to Italy for work, accusing the Little Mermaid star of being an imminent emotional and psychological risk to herself and their child.
Can you imagine having a kid with that thug and thinking it's going to turn out well? What are you thinking? You're not.
DDG, whose real name is Daryl Dwayne Granberry Jr.,
I'd call myself DDG if that was my little punk-ass bitch name.
Here, alleged in court documents obtained by E! News that Halle routinely used emotional coercion and manipulation to exert her control over me.
What, are you a beta male little bitch?
Often threatening me by using self-harm or ending her life throughout.
Oh, that's good to admit. Yeah, being engaged to you and having a kid with you would make me want to kill myself.
Their on and off again relationship of almost 3 years.
Whatever.
In one alleged instance during Halle's pregnancy in 2023, DDG said she threatened me by demanding that we reconcile.
Oh, heaven forbid you try to keep the family unit together, you deadbeat.
Or she would go through with the abortion. DDG said the actress allegedly threatened to end her life using my legally owned firearm in another incident that same year.
Whatever.
Accusing Halle of grabbing the weapon and leaving their home without telling anyone her whereabouts. DDG alleged that Halle also stalked him during their relationship, as well as physically and verbally abused him.
Oh, you sound like a pussy.
The rapper wrote in his filing, "Given these threats to self-harm, I believe the petitioner is a threat to our son's safety, such that she should not be allowed to take Halo out of the country to Italy for a period of 2 months."
Honestly, you're a threat to the kid, dude, because you're a deadbeat.
He is requesting that the court grant him sole legal and physical custody of Halo or impose an alternative visitation plan where he and Halle trade off 2-day and 5-day blocks.
I don't think he even cares about the kid. He's just trying to spite her. We're not freaking dumb, dude.
DDG's filing comes weeks after Halle filed to obtain sole legal and physical custody of Halo, alleging that DDG attacked her during a co-parenting handoff in January. She was granted a temporary restraining order against DDG, who has denied the abuse allegations. E! News has reached out to Halle's attorney.
They reached out for comment and didn't hear back. Why do you have to include that? It makes you sound bad. Speaking of someone that makes themselves look bad.
Happy Hot Topic! Ryan Lochte is speaking out after his wife Kayla Reed announced she filed for divorce from the Olympic swimmer after 7 years of marriage.
Yeah.
Ryan shares a statement to his own social media saying, "I want to take a moment to acknowledge what Kayla shared. This past year has brought major changes for both of us as we've come to the difficult decision to end our marriage. I am deeply grateful for the life we built together and especially for the love we share for our 3 children."
Yeah, he just seems like a scumbag.
Ending his message with, "Thank you to our family and friends for your continued support. It truly means a lot as we begin this new chapter."
Whatever, dude.
And Ryan's message came moments after Kayla announced the news in a statement on her social media, reading, "Earlier this year, I made the hard decision to end my marriage after deep prayer and reflection. I hope..."
Yeah, you're like, oh God, how can I get rid of him? He hasn't made me say, oh God, in the unconventional sense in a long time.
Marriage in the highest regard, so this has been one of the most painful, revealing, and challenging seasons of my life.
Yeah, you know, you're trying to make it work, but you realize he's just a narcissist.
And while court records obtained by People magazine show that Kayla filed for divorce on March 26th,
these news sites love saying where they obtain the info from. They're obsessed with it.
She goes on to detail why she ultimately made the decision, explaining, "Sometimes we face trials we didn't choose or see coming. And in those moments, we're forced to make the hardest decisions to protect our peace, our children, and our future."
All right, there you go. Glad you're doing something for the kids. Here's someone that does things for kids, I guess. That sounds weird.
Happy Hot Topic!
Robert De Niro's parenting advice deserves an Oscar. The 82-year-old shared his one
What's the advice to not have kids at 77?
rule for raising his 7 children, and the sage tip is guaranteed to warm hearts. Robert told Entertainment Tonight in an interview published June 4th, "The main thing is to support your kids, as long as they're not hurting themselves, doing anything destructive or anything like that."
But they have you as a father.
Support them, period. And the two-time Oscar winner advised being a cheerleader for your children even when you don't totally agree with their choices. As he put it, even if you don't go with it, you have to support them. And they have to know that you support them. Always.
Oh, yeah.
So far, that task has proved easy for Robert while raising his 2-year-old daughter Gia, whom he shares with girlfriend Tiffany Chen. After all, the Goodfellas star described the tiny tot as pure joy. Robert continued, "She's 2 now. It's always wonderful." Of course, the actor already
Hopefully I'll live to get to see her become 10.
had some experiences with parenting toddlers, and while he's happy to put his full support behind all of his kids, he previously admitted that there's one parenthood task he doesn't partake in anymore.
Diapers?
Changing diapers.
Yeah, he's too above that. What an elitist little piece of frickin' garbage.
Happy hour. Happy hour.
RyanHoppyRadio.com.
Happy hour will be right back.
You probably had Taco Bell before.
Whenever we're going outside, all I smell is poop.
In the nuts, and we'll call it a day.
As a reminder, if you don't feel like listening to this next song, you can skip over it. But Ryan Hoppe of Hoppe Hour takes pride in his selection, so stick around, folks.
Addicted. Mikey Dangerous. You know it's an urban heat production. Yeah. All my sexy body ladies, my babies. Now is the time for you to let loose and get crazy.
You lit my fire. Baby, don't you stop now.
Keep it burning.
Let me hear you scream. My little baby. Shut the two-way off now. Take them clothes off for me. Let me show you how we play my little game. Got my girls and me looking fly. Take a night out, we out the door. As I pull up to the club, saw you there, damn your hard to ignore. The party's jumping on the floor. Let me put your hands where I want them more. As I move with you, I can't deny it. I want you badly, baby, we on fire. No, come into my secret place, you see what I do. You lit my fire, baby, don't you stop now. Let me hear you scream and play my little game. Shut the two-way off now. Take them clothes off for me. Let me show you how we play my little game.
Move your body, girl. Shake your body, girl.
All the way down, all the way down.
Move your body, girl. Shake your body, girl.
All the way down, all the way down. Been around here once before. Turn my head to your heart to ignore. Got me thinking I approach ya. Give you my number to give me a call. Just you ain't here now, I hear your voice. Asking me what I wear and take it off. I'm wondering if you're coming over, so we can do just a little exploring. Show you what you want me to. Come into my secret place, you see what I do. You lit my fire, baby, don't you stop now. Let me hear you scream and play my little game. Shut the two-way off now. Take them clothes off for me. Let me show you how we play my little game.
Come into your inner the dance hall, girl, now it's on. Love the way you flex and the way you perform. Move your body. Tell no lie, girl, you body a guan. Wait till you drop in on me palm. Cause indeed, girl, you got me intrigued. Requesting my love, me give you what you need. Proceed. Give you loving and make you please and make you sing songs like these. Sweet melodies, your heart and your soul you reveal. Anytime you're ready, make me know what's the dealing. Though you find, girl, me don't know the meaning. Tonight I'm gonna give you some of this sexual healing. Girl, you're sexy, you're so appealing. The face and the way, something when you are the real thing. Gonna have you screaming, lots of heart breathing. So my girl, why express the feeling?
You lit my fire, baby, don't you stop now. Let me hear you scream and play my little game. Shut the two-way off now. Take them clothes off for me. Let me show you
Hour will be right back.
Hi. What up? This is Happy Hour. I am your host, Ryan Hoppe. This following segment's been brought to you by DZBZ Honey at DZBZHoney.com. When I tell you they got the best Delta 8 CBD honey around, I'm a man of my words. Comes in the form of a lollipop. Lick the lollipop, the wrapper. A honey sticker or a jar of honey. However the hell you want to get hot, go to DZBZHoney.com and at checkout use promo code HOPPE to save 20%. This is also being brought to you by the best pre- and post-workout around. Fortify.com, FORTIFEYE.com. At checkout use promo code Ryan20. All right, we're going to come back in Happy Hour and keep this party going. But first. Question. Why do people in Tampa have to be so bad at driving? You're a bunch of mutants. Funk that. Back to the show known as Happy Hour.
Doors closing.
Fuck you, Dizzy.
And now, something completely different.
It's time for Hoppe in the morning.
It's Happy Hour.
Hey, this is Gary Meyer, and as refreshing as a McDonald's Coca-Cola, Happy Hour with Ryan Hoppe.
Hey, this is Eric Zane. You're like, who? Yeah, I know. Anyway, you're listening to Ryan Hoppe. Happy Hour. This motherfucker is resilient as shit. Everybody tries to rub Ryan's fucking face in dog shit, and then he always picks himself up. I love that. Fuck everybody, give them the finger and kick their ass, Ryan Hoppe.
If the movie Project X was a radio show, it would be Happy Hour with Ryan Hoppe.
Happy Hour. Happy Hour.
Ladies and gentlemen, here it is, the most listened to radio show on the planet. Even the other stations are tuned in too.
Streets to the St. Pete glow. 6'9" with a voice that flows, loud and proud on the radio dial. Happy Hour hits, yeah, it's wild style. Happy Hour, turn it up, don't sleep. From dating to sex, yeah.
This AI is getting good.
Throwback beats, got the classes to show. Ryan Hoppe in the booth, let the rhythm go. Celebs in the mix, spilling all that tea. Late night vibes where you wanna be. Tall as a tower, yeah, he's hard to ignore. Happy Hour's the way. Always bringing more. Happy Hour, turn it up, don't sleep. From dating to sex, yeah, the combo's deep. Throwback beats, got the classes to show. Ryan Hoppe in the booth, let the rhythm go, go, go.
856-49 Hoppe. 856-494-6773. You tweeted me at Ryan Hoppe Radio. You can always email me, RyanHoppeRadio@gmail.com.
Laugh so loud, echoes through the air. Happy Hour's the truth. Ain't no compare. Happy Hour, turn it up, don't sleep. From dating to sex, yeah.
This is really good. That's why I'm playing it.
Be in the booth, let the rhythm go, go. Let the rhythm go. Let the rhythm go.
I got it.
Body up, let the rhythm go. Body up, let the rhythm go.
That was so good. Back to the show.
Happy Hot Topic.
Tyson Ritter is sharing his dirty little secret. During an interview with GQ published June 4th, the All-American Rejects frontman announces he's launching an OnlyFans account.
Get what they did there, dirty little secrets. By the way, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, here's the funny part. Is the fact that he probably won't even do anything sexual. A lot of people make OnlyFans and people think it's porn, but it's not.
Saying, I'm starting an OnlyFans and the All-American Rejects are behind me doing it.
That's good.
And it's really nice to be supported by my band in this wild adventure of 2025 for us. However, the rock band who released their new song Sandbox last month, their first single in 5 years, reveals why they won't exactly be using the subscription-based social media platform in the way some fans might expect. As Tyson explains, I think most people don't realize that OnlyFans was a product of the pandemic that started as a Patreon for artists, and then it was infiltrated by a genre that made it become a bit of a trope.
Bunch of sluts.
It's a platform that is offering an experience where the artist can set the price, and it's artists to fans. So as for what subscribers can look forward to from the band's OF, the 41-year-old singer keeps it vague, saying they can expect full frontal rock and roll with all access.
Sounds freaking lame. That's kind of funny, though. Can't deny. We're so close to the NFL season beginning. We got this scumbag, Greg Hardy, arrested for assaulting a family member. God, these mutants that play in the NFL, not all of them, but the ones that like beat up their family, the criminals, they're all mentally ill. So you got them. And you got Reggie Bush saying that the NFL needs to get rid of turf. Especially at like Chicago's Soldier Field. So many players have gotten hurt because of it. That is the weirdest thing. I just got a Snapchat notification from the Chicago Bears as I was talking about them. It's freaking me out. Also, Donovan McNabb congratulates Saquon Barkley on making it on the Madden cover. There's this whole thing that the Madden cover, when you go on the cover of Madden, that there's a Madden curse. And you're never the same. Well, here he is talking about it. Even though the year he went on the cover was after they went to the Super Bowl and then they were never the same. And there's about 1 million examples of it. But hey, got to be positive, I guess. I met Donovan McNabb. He was doing that NBC Sports radio show 11 years ago, and he was at an Advanced Auto Parts in like Downers Grove, Illinois, and he wasn't even on air in Chicago, and I met him. Nice guy. I'll post a picture later.
This is an exciting time for the Eagles fan base. Saquon Barkley was just named the cover athlete for Madden NFL 2026.
It's really weird. Like, McNabb was like a great player, but gets no respect. No respect.
What is your reaction to that selection? Obviously, I'm going to assume you think it is well-deserved.
Absolutely well-deserved. You know, it could have been him or it could have been Jalen. I think for the Philadelphia Eagles, or
probably more Saquon because he's the reason they won a Super Bowl. I'm not saying Jalen Hurts didn't do his thing, but he went to the Super Bowl before and couldn't win.
Organization, it's always a good thing when you have representation of your organization and the success that you've had, especially leading into the next season. So for all the Madden heads who continuously play the game, I'm sure they're very excited. I believe he was rewarded with a 99 rating.
That's not bad.
And I'm still somewhat on there, I guess, as one of the legends that you have to put a code in to get.
All right. Brag a little more. Did you ever win a Super Bowl? None at all. I don't really feel like talking about Kristin Cavallari being a skank right now. We'll deal with that later. Let's talk about this.
Happy Hot Topic!
Alex Cooper
is opening up about her family planning journey with husband Matt Kaplan.
Yeah, she's still a little young. She's 31, 32. Maybe give it 5 more years of your career.
The Call Her Daddy podcast.
I feel like having a kid would ruin Call Her Daddy. Also, all of the show being interviews ruined it. It used to be her like talking about sex. She's sold out for a lot of money, though.
And Matt Kaplan. The Call Her Daddy podcast host said in the summer of 2024, she and Matt decided to try for kids.
She's 30? Oh my God.
But after going off birth control, she experienced some extreme side effects.
I started to experience extreme vertigo and dizziness. I would be in interviews about to pass out. I started breaking out like crazy. I felt awful 24/7, and it was frustrating.
At the same time, Alex says her career was taking off, and she started to have doubts if she was ready for the commitment of a baby on top of her busy work life. Telling
That's a smart woman.
Matt about her thoughts, Alex says,
I remember I'm like going on and on and on like I do. And that Matt literally like grabbed me and like put me on his lap, and he was like,
sit on my lap.
Look at me. Oh my God, I'm gonna cry. He was like, look at me, Alex, how long have you been carrying this? He was like, I love you so much. When it is the right time,
I bet she gives good head.
It will be the right time.
There you go. I'm glad she's thinking it out. Unfortunately, the people that shouldn't be having kids are having kids. I guess the ratings are at an all-time low for Jen Psaki's show after taking over for Rachel Maddow. And Rachel Maddow already had really low ratings. So that is no good. The View had to apologize after making a joke about Diddy. And we have that audio right here on Happy Hour with Ryan Hoppe.
Now, the case is still being worked out. Whether he'll actually be convicted is very much an open question. But an interesting element to this is 50 Cent, who has a relationship with Trump. At times
Alyssa is all up on
I don't know. I'm very interested.
What, with 50 Cent?
50 Cent has had like a bit of a relationship with Trump. He didn't ultimately endorse him and like perform for him, but they have a relationship. He came out and said that he was going to talk to Trump about why he should not pardon Diddy, because he's been all on Diddy's things for years and been calling him out for it. So everyone's been on Diddy's.
Why does Trump like him?
That's kind of funny. Everyone's been on Diddy's thing.
Why does Trump like him?
Shut up, bitch. Why are they so easily offended?
9 out of 10 parents would recommend
annoying pop-ups. What does that matter if you make a joke? I mean, God, that's frightening, because I would make a joke like that. That's what's scary, is whenever I see people get offended about things, and I go, I would have said that. That's me. Let's see here.
Jonathan Joss, a suspected killer, admitted to the crime as per a police report. The King
Loser
of the Hill voice actor, who played John Redcorn in the Fox animated series, was shot dead on Sunday, June 1st, after a heated argument with his alleged shooter fleeing the scene. The suspect, Sigfredo Alvarez Queixa, was arrested blocks away from the murder and told law enforcement, I shot him, as per the report, which also stated that a rifle was used in the fatal shooting. Police said the incident started around 7 p.m. after a female drove the actor from Austin, Texas to his old home in San Antonio, which burned down in February, with another passenger to check on his mail. The woman told law enforcement that she pulled in the driveway and parked her car, which is where she waited for Joss and the other unidentified passenger for roughly 5 minutes. The female witness claimed Alvarez Queixa pulled up the vehicle and stopped directly behind her car. She said she witnessed Joss and the man argue from her rearview mirror. Alvarez Queixa allegedly told Joss
I heard he wasn't the greatest namer.
that he had a gun and threatened to shoot him before intentionally and knowingly discharging the weapon.
That guy is pretty much telling us right in front of us, he's letting us all know that he has a small dick.
Happy Hour. Happy Hour.
It's time for Hoppe in the morning.
RyanHoppeRadio.com.
Happy Hour will be right back.
You probably had Taco Bell before.
Whenever we're going outside, all I smell is poop.
In the nuts, and we'll call it a day.
As a reminder, if you don't feel like listening to this next song, you can skip over it. But Ryan Hoppe of Hoppe Hour takes pride in his selection, so stick around, folks.
Turn me up a little bit. When that music comes in, it gets loud.
Swizzy. Yes. Hands up, hands up, hands up, high up, hands up, hands up, hands up, high up. Be very different now. Swizzy. Hands up, hands up, hands up, high up, hands up, hands up, hands up, high up. I need everybody put your hands up, wave from side to side right quick for me. Yeah. You would think I was on roids. I've been hitting so long, and I'm a big-headed boy. Nah, we ain't on HGH, though I might pick up some weight when I'm running through your state. Nah, we ain't on the clear, we on the runway in back-to-back lives. It's Miss No More Drama and Barack Obama. Rama's feel honest. I put my life on these tracks. You act like y'all wanna prepare me for the facts. Luckily my therapy is the rap. I just bare my soul, I don't expect nothing back. You all welcome, long as you felt I was gon' get mine. You know where the hell I'm from. I'm from the bottom, so I do this from the diapers. Quick, fast, turn the Big Apple into cider. I do this, I'm a writer and a writer. I spew it cause I'm nicer, but I do this for the lifers. I'm a writer and a writer. I spew it cause I'm nicer, but I do it for the lifers. You know. You probably never see again somebody so deadly via the pen. Viva Jovito Padino, muy bien. Big up to Biggie and Pac, I do it for them. Until I reach Khalik, I do it for him. Do it for those who can't do for self, due to the pen. May these bars reach through your bars. And mine, when Mary sing, it heals your heart. God solely stands filled, you are. Love is a battlefield, we all get scars. I put my heart into this. This is much more than marketed music. The reason I gotta market to do this is people going through pain. I'm just walking them through this. This ain't no marketed music. People going through pain. I'm just talking them through it. So I taught you how to fish and not let other niggas feed you.
For all of y'all, keeping y'all in hell, just to see you smile and enjoy yourself. You are welcome.
Everybody say knock him out the box. Knock him out the box. Knock him out the box. Swizzy, knock him out the box. Individual, knock him out the box. Hey, get it up, ho. Get it up, hey. Get it up, ho. Get it up, hey. To the left, ho. To the right, hey. To the left, ho. Good night, 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 good night.
Oh, yeah. That was Jay-Z, Mary J. Blige, and Swizzy Beatz with You're Welcome. You're welcome for bringing this banger to the show. You know what I mean? A jelly bean.
Happy Hour will be right back. Happy Hour will be right back. Happy Hour will be right back.
Oh, yeah. We're going to get to our sponsors. But let's let this fucking beat rap. This following segment has been brought to you by Rich Cayley, Master Barbershop. RichKbarber.com, 4545 West Kennedy Boulevard. And that is in Tampa. When I tell you he's the best barber around, I'm mad at my words. Go there and you'll save $10. LastChasePrinting.com, the best printing company in all the Bay Area. Business cards, posters, yard signs, whatever the hell you need. I'll go there. It's really funny. I'm watching the Pat McAfee show right now, and they're doing a live broadcast, and there's like these mutants that are right behind the stage trying to get looked at. Look like Mike Calta listeners. This is being brought to you by counselingoncall.net. Do you need help with your mental health? Are you mentally ill? Counselingoncall.net. Oh, sure. I got it. Amir Academy of Martial Arts at amiracademy.com. 2700 22nd Street North, and that's in St. Petersburg. Women's self-defense classes, kids classes, MMA classes, whatever you need, I'll go there. And by the way, I want to let you guys know, I have a little bit of a PSA for you. I don't know who's the bigger bitch, the Joe Show or Dizzy, but they both are. That explosion is my opinion of letting everybody know how much of bitches and backstabbers and fake friends you are. Mm-hmm.
Hello again, it's your favorite San Francisco DJ, Hammer and Hank. I may look normal, but the truth is, I have a condition known as autism. That's right, it's a condition, not a disease. Fact is, autism can strike anyone, regardless of who they are. People with autism normally have difficulties in verbal and non-verbal communication skills, social interactions, and leisure activities. In a recent study, people with autism are less likely to have a job and more likely to become homeless. I beat the odds by having loving friends and family, having a college education. I have even worked in the San Francisco Bay Area as an honored personality for many years. Always remember that people with autism want the same things as you, to be happy and successful. To find out more about autism, please contact your local mental health center or visit autismspeech.org. This is Hammer and Hank, and I appreciate your kindness.
Question to Stephen A. Smith. I know you make a lot of money. I know you have a lot of jobs. So this is me punching up. Why can't you just admit that Tyrese Halliburton is a superstar? Your biasness for the Knicks is nauseating and biased. But you also say that Pat McAfee's biased towards the Pacers? You can't have it both ways. Funk that. All right, back to the show. Just had to get that off my chest. But I know that's what Stephen A. Smith wants. You know what I mean, Jelly Bean?
Doors closing.
And now, something completely different.
It's time for Hoppe in the morning.
It's Hoppe Hour!
Me, Ryan, Hoppe.
Hey, it's MJ from the MJ Morning Show on Q105, 104.7 FM Tampa Bay, and you're listening to the Hoppe Hour with Ryan Hoppe.
Hey, this is Tom Bernard, and you are listening to Hoppe Hour with Ryan Hoppe.
Hey, this is Justin Schlegel from the Justin Scott and Spiegel Morning Show on 98 Rock in Baltimore, and you are listening to Hoppe Hour with Ryan Hoppe.
He's the voice of a generation that got screwed by the baby boomers. Welcome back to Hoppe Hour.
Hoppe Hour. Hoppe Hour.
Ladies and gentlemen, here it is. The most listened to radio show on the planet. Even the other stations are tuned in too.
From Chi-Town streets to the CP sands, Ryan Hoppe slide with the biggest plans. 6'9", yeah, he towers high, bringing throwback jams to the sunny sky. It's Hoppe Hour with a twist and a vibe. Dating celebs where the stories collide. Sex and love, wow. Turn it up loud, get loose, get style.
856-49 Hoppe.
He's got the stories, he's got the tea. Breaking it down on your frequency.
Whatever.
Love advice to a celeb confession. Hoppe's the king of bold expression. It's Hoppe Hour with a twist and a vibe. Dating celebs where the stories collide.
I got it.
Sex and laughs, yeah, we're keeping it wild. Turn it up loud, get loose, get
I like this music. For all the info on the show, RYANHOPPE radio.com.
Throwback beats, they're banging the floor.
Yeah.
90s vibes that'll make you want more.
I got it.
Tall and proud, he's the voice of the scene. Hoppe Hour's loud, you know what I mean. It's Hoppe Hour with a twist and a vibe. Dating celebs where
Why do you gotta be such a backstabber, Kilton?
sex and laughs
I trusted you.
wild. Turn it up loud, yeah.
Just admit you miss me, baby.
Yo, it's Hoppe Hour, we about to go live. Tampa Bay News is the place we arrive. From the beach to the bay and the city's crazy moves. We got stories hotter than the Florida grooves. Tampa Bay News, we making it spin. All Hoppe Hour where the real begins. Turn it up loud, let's get in the mix. Say beat to the world, we bringing the fix.
Oh, sure.
Bringing the fix, we bringing the fix.
All right.
We bringing the fix,
This drives every program director nuts.
bringing the fix.
But let's turn off the music immediately and get right to the Rays, unfortunately.
Happy hot topic.
Happening today, more money could be going to help repair Tropicana Field.
I feel like they've put more money into repairing this dump of a stadium more than they did to people in St. Pete. Well, you have a rich, cheap scumbag owner that could afford all this.
Millions of more dollars expected to be approved for the project. And on your sides, Beth Rousseau, live at the Trop, with why this extra money is needed.
There's no reason. We know, I almost said Steinbrenner. We know Stu Sternberg is a cheap piece of garbage. We know he puts no money into anything. But, I mean, dude, I feel like when people are so rich and they're like billionaires, they're afraid to like lose the number. Maybe he's got 15 billion. Let me look how much he has. But they don't want to like lose a zero. I don't understand how you can be so rich yet so cheap when you have a net worth of 800 million.
Good morning.
Hey, good morning. So we're talking.
I love how the local news can't fix this delay.
Hey, good morning. So we're talking about more than $4 million to make fixes inside the actual stadium. This is in addition to the more than $20 million recently approved.
We already gave you $20 million. What more do you need? What are you using it on? Food?
To fix the roof.
I know eggs are more expensive, but come on now, you scumbag.
Which you can see now more with the sun that's coming up. This is money that many feel isn't worth the investment here.
Duh.
If we get to some video, you can get a really good idea of the repairs that need to be made. In addition,
I mean, the place needed to be repaired anyway. It's like going to an empty mall. It's just a dump.
to the roof. City staff says in order to get the ballpark back to playing standards, they have to repair damage from the storm and then also address new issues caused by continued exposure to the elements. Today, they want to approve an additional $1.6 million to mitigate further damage to the Trop. They also want to approve nearly $3 million for metal panel repairs and
I feel like no money. Now, listen, I'm not up to date on all the finances of St. Pete and Pinellas County, but I feel like no attention has been put into repairing people as much as this, and repairing houses, I mean.
Placement and $280,000 in design services for.
And also, they had their roof being protected by a little sheet of linen that you could get at Joann's going out of business sale. So we really shouldn't care. They did it to themselves because Sternberg's a moron.
Mechanical, plumbing, structural engineering, and architectural design. Back out here live, like we mentioned, the roof.
Why not, baby?
Obviously has to be repaired. Those are supposed to get underway this month.
Dude, it's been like 8 months. I don't understand it. And the Tampa Bay media doesn't want to talk about it because they don't want to lose their inside access. You know how whipped you are? In Chicago, Philly, actual cities with credible sports journalists. And I'm not trying to throw shade, even though I am. But it's just the true thing that you're all whipped because you don't want to lose your press pass. And it's something that's kind of blackballed me in the sports media, but I don't care. I'm not going to kiss ass.
And city leaders have previously said an additional $30 million overall would have to be approved to make all of the fixes inside the stadium. So this more than $4 million that they're talking about today, just a drop in the bucket when it comes to the overall cost to make the fixes inside. We're going to be there when they start talking about these additional fundings during their meeting today. Starts at 9 o'clock this morning.
They need to just collapse that building. Just burn it to the ground. The Rays do have fans, but they act like they're just this big bad team. And it's like, you're the Rays. You're in 29th in attendance, and you can't even sell out Steinbrenner Field. You know, the field that your team is, it's the direct rival, and they're letting you borrow it.
Loser! You're a loser! Are you feeling sorry for yourself? Well, you should be, because you are dirt! You make me sick, you big baby!
That's how I feel about the Rays. Not the fans. I know you got to respect your team, but that's how I feel about the Rays and the kiss-ass media.
Happy hot topic!
So we all go through breakups in life, and I predicted this breakup in January when Trump got elected, but him and Elon have officially parted ways.
Thank you, Mr. President. The criticism that I've seen, and I'm sure you've seen, regarding Elon Musk and your big, beautiful bill, what's your reaction to that? Do you think it in any way hurts passage in the Senate, which, of course, what is you're seeking?
Well, look, you know, I've always liked Elon, and it's always very surprised. You saw the words he had for me, the words of, and he hasn't said anything about me that's bad. I'd rather have him criticize me than the bill, because the bill is incredible. It's the biggest.
Yeah, Elon has shown why he's a loser. Listen, I'm not the biggest Trump fan, but I have enough respect for Trump. It's like kind of there, but I have none for Elon. He's a loser.
Cut in the history of our country. We've never cut. It's about 1 point.
Everything is world breaking with Trump. Do you ever notice? It's the biggest thing ever. I just took the biggest dump ever. I just put the biggest load on Laura Loomer.
$6 trillion in cuts. It's the biggest tax cut. You would say people's taxes will go way down. But it's the biggest tax cut in history. It's we are doing things in that bill that are unbelievable. And when you look at what we're doing for small businesses, for people, for middle-income people.
Whatever, dude. Suck your own dick a little more. Because you know nobody wants to unless they're clout chasing women. I mean, seriously, that dude loves to compliment himself. It's like, we get it. You love yourself. It's good to love yourself. But sometimes self-love can be just a little nauseating. So earlier I talked about Halle Bailey. Now we're going to talk about Halle Berry, the actual hot one.
Happy Hot Topic!
Which, that's a good show, Hot Ones.
Van Hunt is ready to take his relationship with Halle Berry down a wedding aisle, but she's pumping the brakes.
Yeah, you know, he's trying to wife her down.
At least for now. On June 4th, the couple made an appearance on today's Jenna and Friends for the first joint interview they've done together in 5 years of dating.
When you find your person, you find your person, and I now have found my person finally. I love that.
Afterwards, Van told Today.com that he proposed to the Academy Award-winning actress.
And he got denied. That's gonna suck.
But her answer is complicated.
Even though I went through a breakup after being engaged 7 years, the feeling of getting engaged and that sex that night, especially when you're like, oh yeah, Mrs. Hoppe.
Well, I've been married 3 times.
Sex memories.
Halle said. Van has been married once, and so no, we don't feel like we have to get married to validate our love
He feels like he does.
Anyway, we don't.
All right, there's what's going on here?
It's going, and I'm just having so much fun right now.
All right, I gotta skip over it because of copyright. It's Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce kissing at a dinner.
Mm-hmm. A man who was arrested for allegedly scaling the wall of Donald Trump's Mar-a-Lago resort told police he wanted to marry the president's 18-year-old granddaughter. The
loser.
The police report reveals. On June 3rd, Anthony Thomas Reyes was arrested by the Palm Beach Police Department for reportedly attempting to trespass on Trump's Florida club. The 23-year-old reportedly told police that he wanted to, quote, spread the gospel to the president and marry Kai Madison Trump.
Listen, I don't believe in God, but Trump could use a little religion.
Donald Trump Jr.'s teenage daughter. Donald Trump Sr. was in Washington, D.C. at the time of the incident.
All right, there you go. Gotta be weird at all times. Something could happen because you're rich and famous. Now, Kristin Cavallari has that podcast, Honestly Cavallari, where she talks about a lot of different things. And most of it's her long body count. I think that's the unspoken thing. Because she's classy, people don't realize her body count is as long as a CVS receipt.
Happy Hot Topic!
She recently went on a date. She's gonna be so mad at me, actually.
Oh my God!
Kristin
So freaking fake.
Cavallari is kissing and telling after a chance encounter with Glenn Powell.
You should never hook up with her. She would spill all the beans because she's got nothing else.
With the help of the reality star's BFF Justin Anderson, they spilled the beans about her latest A-list celebrity hookup on the premiere of E's new series, Honestly Cavallari, the Headline Tour.
Yeah, I do think she's cute and all, but she just kind of skanks me out. You just kind of look at her and you're like, God, do you ever stop talking?
During the tour show in Atlanta, Kristin takes questions from her packed audience, and one fan asks for an update on her love life following her 2022 divorce from ex Jay Cutler, with whom she shares son Camden, Jackson, and daughter Sailor.
She recently went on a date. She's gonna be so mad at me, actually.
Oh my God!
So fake. Almost as real as those morning show prank calls.
With Glenn Powell, and I wanted it to happen so bad!
She knew that was going to come out. It was coming out that night.
In a flashback, though, the pair went into deeper detail about the past hookup.
We were partying in Greece, and then Glenn just came up.
Literally
to
ran
he did.
and into me.
And then you guys had a really fun night together.
I never him. Just putting that out there.
Here's what she did. She explains it right here.
She recently went on a date. She's gonna be so mad at me, actually.
Oh my God!
With Glenn Powell, and I wanted it to happen so bad!
We were partying in Greece, and then Glenn just came up.
Literally
to
ran into me.
And then you guys had a really fun night together.
I never him. Just putting that out there.
You guys dry humped though.
It's so freaking Mormon. It hurts.
I just feel for you. It's so hard going through all that. How long did your divorce take? 2.5 years.
Kristin Cavallari is bonding over her breakup. The Laguna Beach alum found common ground with fellow reality star Kim Zolciak over their very public divorces and talked about their experiences during the premiere of her new E! series, Honestly Cavallari.
Gosh, you got a nice little tight body on her. Sit on my lap.
A headline tour.
I just feel for you. It's so hard going through all that. How long did your divorce take? 2.5 years. Yeah, I'm almost at 2 years in May. Oh, he still stalks me like every day. I'm sure he...
That sucks. If you're stalking your ex, you're a loser.
He will forever.
In a confessional,
of any gender.
Kristin, who finalized her 2-year divorce from Jay Cutler in 2022, further sympathized with Kim.
Going through something messy in the public, like
oh yeah, grab the Kleenex,
a divorce. I just know from my own personal experience, there's always a certain narrative that's out there, and if someone wants to clear the air or give their perspective, I'm happy to give that platform for it.
Backstage, Kim asked Kristin how she felt about Jay moving on with fiancée Samantha Robertson and a new woman being around their 3 kids, Camden, Jackson, and Sailor.
How did you feel about Jay, having somebody around the kids? That's the only thing that kind of, I wonder how I'm going to feel.
So I knew
Shut up, bitch.
her before. So I think that helped because I
That's gotta be weird.
could sort of envision their dynamic.
I just wonder, yeah.
I know.
Catch Honestly Cavallari, the headline tour, Wednesdays at 10 p.m.
We'll be sure not to. And then finally, in Kristin Cavallari news, she admits that when she was hooking up with Craig Kenover, that there was an overlap with Paige DeSorbo, but claims she had no idea he was dating her, which pretty much means I am a homewrecker, but I don't want to admit it.
Happy Hour. Happy Hour.
RyanHoppyRadio.com.
Happy Hour will be right back.
You probably had Taco Bell before. Whenever we're going outside, all I smell is poop.
In the nuts, and we'll call it a day.
As a reminder, if you don't feel like listening to this next song, you can skip over it. But Ryan Hoppe of Hoppe Hour takes pride in his selection, so stick around, folks.
Sin on him don't wanna end, Rock him's gonna win. Always seem to come out at the right time with the right rhyme. Smooth in the day and sound rough at nighttime. Just an echo in every ghetto, meadow and valley, side street and alley. From New York to Cali, I've been seen in every state in between on stage. They scream every phrase, I lead a city in a rage. It's off to the next one, the blessed one. That's my procedure. Leave you in a deeper mind state than anesthesia. You catch a seizure if you try to stop the great when I operate. Just let the crowd please and drop the weight. This one is in gear from everyone from here to there. Ideas that you hear, severe to the ear. Nevertheless, I provide a worldwide request and manifest. And this is from the east to the west. From New York to Cali, coast to coast, I've been ripping Coliseum to club. From New York to Cali, climbing over dogs, girls, kisses and only hug. From New York to Cali, coast to coast, I've been ripping Coliseum to club. From New York to Cali, climbing over dogs, girls, kisses and musical vibes. I memorize in my mental enterprise, then improvise live with my supplies. You know the quota, fashionable designs that shine, the international kind. Start the rhyme, time the motor, universal format. Adapt to wherever you're living at. From all 4 corners of the map, whenever they play it, it gets interpreted, hip-hop related. Already dedicated to keep it heavy populated. Attract everybody that cook rock. Do a block party, make it look like Woodstock. Yeah, rock and roll. Now listen, my lord, to my seminar. They travel never far, plus that's where the women are. I like to ask them what's the best time to hear me rhyme. Nevertheless, I provide a worldwide request and manifest. And this is from the east to the west. From New York to Cali, coast to coast, I've been ripping Coliseum to club. From New York to Cali, climbing over dogs, girls, blowing kisses and ripping Coliseums to club. From New York to Cali, coast to coast, I've been ripping Coliseums to clubs, rhyming over dubs. Thugs, girls blow me kisses and throw me hugs. An expert at a concert on stage. I got classes, which means my smash hits won't age. Just sing along. I bring a song, I'll be swinging long. We can do a thing to dawn. I came to bring it on tour. Stop it all the record stores across the nation. Blow at the radio station to show appreciation. Retreats for the streets, beats for the deeps. I reach incredible feats to get deep for my peeps. Prop for the unorthodox style. I got they couldn't wait for me to drop new stock for the block. Stalking cassette decks, Walkman headsets. I come off fly concepts, just high tech. My first display still converse with the days of slam. That's why the man's first jam still played. So tell the neighborhoods I got the goods again. It's rock him, then again that's how it should have been. Nevertheless, I provide a worldwide request and manifest. And this is from the east to the west. From New York to Cali, coast to coast, I've been ripping Coliseums to club. From New York to Cali, climbing over dubs. Thugs, girls, blow me kisses. From New York to Cali, coast to coast, I've been ripping Coliseums to club. From New York to Cali, climbing over dubs. Thugs, girls, blow me kisses and throw me hugs. Back in the 9 to 5, you know what I'm saying? Coming with the brothers, you know what I'm saying? Let's rock from the law. Coast to coast, I've been ripping Coliseums to club. Climbing over dubs, thugs, girls, blow me kisses and throw me hugs. Coast to coast, I've been...
Happy Hour will be right back.
Oh, yeah. Let's go through all the sponsors right now. I never get freaking podcasts that begin their show with like 7 live reads or sponsors. I'm like, who's listening to that? If I were that sponsor, I'd be pissed off. Well, what do I know? A lot. This following segment has been brought to you by Cheeky Mouth Guards at getcheeky.com. When I tell you it's the best way to quit biting on the side of your mouth, I'm a man of my words. Getcheeky.com. Use promo code HOPPE to save 30%. Shimmerwood CBD drinks at shimmerwood.com. Use promo code HOPPE to save 30%. GetGoodFeels.com for good vibes THC drinks. Go to GetGoodFeels.com and use promo code HOPPY to save 20%. OldGlory.com for the best t-shirts around. Use promo code HOPPY to save 15%. Garden State Distillery Dirty Vodka. GardenStateDistillery.com. Use promo code HOPPE to save 15%. Aspire Green Tea Drinks at AspireDrinks.com. Use promo code HOPPE to save 20%. Afuera Coffee. AFUERA Coffee.com. Use promo code HOPPE to save 20%. FSDrinks.com. For the best boba around, use promo code HOPPE to save 20%. Oh, you're looking for the best beef jerky? BigForkBrands.com. Use promo code HOPPE to save 20%. And finally, are you looking for a good energy bar? QuantumSquares.com. Use promo code HOPPE to save 20%. All of these are on my website, RyanHoppyRadio.com, RYANHOPPE Radio.com. I would hope you know how to spell radio. Or it's in my podcast section. So whenever you listen to Happy Hour like you are right now, in the podcast description is all of that. We're going to come back on Happy Hour. Keep this party going and going. But let's hear from Hammer and Hank, which you can hear the Hammer and Hank Show with Henry Oakes and Ryan Hoppe on Spotify by searching up Hammerin, HAMMERIN Hank Show, and check it out on his podcast feed. Mm-hmm.
People with autism are often treated like they are different. Believe me, we are. Hi, this is Henry Oakes, but my buddies may have known me as Hammer and Hank. I was labeled as slow when I started school. Come to find out at the age of 12, the doctors decided I was autistic. Now at the age of 48, I have completed an associate degree in radio broadcasting and worked in the San Francisco Bay Area as an on-air personality. So yes, I am different. People with autism have no needs, no different than you. Laugh, love, and learn to get an education and join the workforce. I did it, and so can anyone else with autism. So when you meet someone with autism, don't feel sorry for them. Work with them. Find out for yourself that autism isn't a disease, it's a condition. To find out more about autism, please visit autismspeaks.org. Autism Speaks. It's time to listen.
Question. Why do morning radio hosts love talking about other people's relationships when they're the ones that cheat on their wives? Funk that. Get the hell out of here. Just being, what's the word? Honest.
In your heart, you know he's right.
Doors closing.
And now, something completely different.
It's time for Hoppe in the morning.
It's Hoppe Hour!
Me, Ryan, Hoppe.
Hey, it's Scott Rizzuto from The Riz Show in St. Louis, and you're listening to my man, Ryan Hoppe, on the Hoppe Hour.
Hey, what's up? I'm Woody. That's Greg Gorey.
What's up?
Menace.
Hi.
Gina Grad.
Hey.
Seabass. There's Sammy.
Hello.
We are The Woody Show.
Yeah.
And you are listening to Hoppe Hour with Ryan Hoppe. Hey,
If you're thinking it, we're saying it. Welcome back to Hoppe Hour with Ryan Hoppe. Stuck in gridlock? Let Hoppe Hour be your escape from the brake lights.
Triggering middle-aged dudes since 2012. This is Hoppe Hour with Ryan Hoppe.
Hoppe Hour. Hoppe Hour. Ladies and gentlemen, here it is. The most listened to radio show on the planet. Even the other stations are tuned in too.
Turn it up, it's Hoppe Hour, so loud. Oh, yeah. From Chicago to St. Pete, got the crowd. Talking love, talking fame, all the feels. Ryan Hoppe on the mic, keep it real, keep it real. Hoppe Hour, let's go.
Whatever.
Turn it up, feel alive.
Woohoo.
Dating sex, throwback suit. Hoppe Hour, it's for you, it's for you. 6'9", he's standing tall. Voice so loud, he rocks the hall. Throwback beats, hip hop flow. Hoppe Hour, let it glow, let it glow. Hoppe Hour, feel the vibe, let's go. Turn it up, feel alive. Oh yeah, dating sex, throwbacks too. Hoppe Hour, it's for you.
Beat drop. $856-49 Hoppe. It's 856-494-6773. All right, enough of that. Let's get to some news.
Hoppe Hot Topic.
Welcome to TMZ Live. Charles here.
And Babcock here.
So the Diddy trial, more testimony today about acts of violence.
Diddy being violent? No.
Also testimony about the video, the Cassie beating video, and sex tapes that eventually are going to be played for the jury, according to the prosecution. But we're going to start with a woman who testified today, a woman named Brianna Bongalan, and she was a good friend of Cassie's. She did some work for Diddy as a designer.
She's so freaking cute.
But she was not a Bad Boy employee or a Sean Combs Enterprises employee. It was more like a freelance thing. But she became very good friends with Cassie. And in her testimony, she talked about some of the things she saw. And that included horrific acts of violence to Cassie, and even one very terrifying moment, she says, happened to her when Diddy showed up at Cassie's house and went after Brianna. So some of the things that she talked about, and I think this was the point of her testimony, that Diddy was always incredibly controlling of Cassie.
Duh.
She says after the hotel beating in 2016, she and Cassie went out to go on a shopping spree. Sort of retail therapy, I guess, is how she was describing it. And they didn't tell Diddy where they were going. He was calling at some point while they were shopping, she said. And when they got home, he not only chastised Cassie for going on the shopping trip, but produced a list of all the places they had been.
Wow.
So I don't know if she made it clear whether this was just by tracking her electronically or if he had someone
Probably both.
following, but he knew everywhere.
That's freaking scary. So there's that. I'm so diddied out, man.
Yo. Ryan Hoppe on the mic, breaking down the scenes. NBA drama, living out the dreams. Ex-wives wildin', stories about the queens. Dropping knowledge bombs, all in on the schemes. Hoppe's loose, man, he knows it all. From scandals to the court, rise and fall. Tune in, now you'll have a ball. Hoppe Hour got that shock and awe. MJ to Kobe, legends in the game. Shaq's big presence, true Hall of Fame. Hoppe spills the tea, ain't playing tame. Behind the curtain, nothing left the same. Hoppe's loose, man, he knows it all. From scandals to the court, rise and fall. Tune in, now you'll have a ball. Hoppe Hour got that shock and awe.
Hoppe Hot Topic.
Let's hear from the NBA commissioner, unfortunately.
The NBA Finals tips off tomorrow night, and Adam Silver spoke about having two smaller markets in the NBA Finals.
That's one thing I really admire about the NFL. I mean, if we were going into a Super Bowl and it was Packers against Steelers, you guys would be celebrating that. Those would be storied franchises.
That's a good point, to be honest.
People wouldn't be talking about, the fact that Pittsburgh.
He looks like Barnacle Boy from SpongeBob.
Is a small market. So in fact, I'm happy whatever team ends up in the finals, but
that's not true.
It's been intentional from our standpoint to create a system, a collective bargaining agreement that allows more teams to compete. And just by way of background, we're going to have to go through a process of getting to the point where people are accustomed to tuning into the finals because it's the two teams that deserve to be there and it's the best basketball. Similar to, again, with the Super Bowl, if I asked somebody if they were going to watch the Super Bowl, they wouldn't say who's playing. It's a national holiday. And now
that's a good point. The problem is your product's watered down when flopping.
That's Nirvana.
That's
I'm not saying we're anywhere close to that yet. There's still, if the Knicks are in the finals, there's a segment of our fan base that's going to watch that may not watch if it's other teams. But my job is to get people to love and follow.
And you've done not a good job, bud.
This game, and so that if you're a huge basketball fan, you should want to tune into the finals because that's the best basketball.
He also spoke about the lottery and the Dallas Mavericks getting the number one pick.
One reminder too, we call it, a lottery, and I think sometimes because it's a lottery, people think it must have been a 1 in a million chance that
if you're addressing it, there's some truth to it.
Dallas was going to win. I mean, remember, the worst performing team had a 14% chance of winning, which means there was an 86% chance they wouldn't get it. Dallas had roughly a 2% chance. So, the losingest team had a 7 times better chance. So 2% is 2%. It's going to happen. And, when people say,
God, he's the worst.
And therefore the lottery was broken, I have a different view, which the purpose of the lottery is to disincentivize teams from tanking. And so here you had a team which was clearly trying, whatever people think of that trade, they were trying to win. Then Kyrie got injured, then Anthony Davis got injured. And so then they found themselves in the lottery. So
God, I don't believe a word that comes out of that moron's mouth.
TikTok, clocks a joke, we're playing cruel pranks. Hoppy's hour almost done. Feels like robbery in banks. Ryan Hoppe on the mic, dropping wisdom through streams. Syndicated sorrow, now it's time to shatter dreams. Oh, the Hoppe hour is coming to a close. Radio waves fading like a wilting rose. Laughter and joy dissolving in the air, but we'll keep the rhythm. Oh, life's just so unfair. But the laughter's growing dim. Eardrums mixing Hoppe like fingers without rings. DHX to FM, shoutouts hit the street. But soon the sound will vanish like shadows in the heat. Oh, the Hoppe hour is coming to a close. Radio waves fading like a wilting rose. Laughter and joy dissolving in the air, but we'll keep the rhythm. Oh, life's just so unfair. But the laughter's growing dim. Eardrums mixing Hoppe like fingers without rings. DHX to FM, shoutouts hit the street. But soon the sound will vanish like shadows in the heat. Oh, the Hoppe hour is coming to a close. Radio waves fading like a wilting rose. Laughter and joy dissolving in the air, but we'll keep the rhythm. Oh, life's just so unfair. Oh, life's just so unfair. Like clockwork to a show. Now it's time to face the silence like the TV on snow. Ryan Hoppe held the mic with humor so divine. The void left in our hearts wider than a canyon line. Empty fever, silent time, but coming to an end like a roller coaster stopping round the river's bend. Hoppe jokes and jabs, he's our daily grind. Now silence louder than the thoughts we can't rewind. Oh, the Hoppe hour is coming to a close. Radio waves fading like a wilting rose. Laughter and joy dissolving in the air, but we'll keep the rhythm. Oh, life's just so unfair. The Hoppe hour is coming to a close. Radio waves fading like a wilting rose. Laughter and joy dissolving in the air, but we'll keep the rhythm. Oh, life's just so unfair.
Hoppe hour. Hoppe hour.
RyanHoppeRadio.com.
And like that, he's gone.
You probably had Taco Bell before. Whenever we're going outside, all I smell is poop.
I'll kick you in the nuts and we'll call it a day.
Hoppe hour is now over.
Hoppe hour is now over.
Game over. This concludes our broadcast day. Good night and God bless America.
Doors closing.